My dear child, this evening the atmosphere surrounding you feels unusually dense, as if the universe itself is momentarily pausing in anticipation for a singular event meant solely for your eyes. Tomorrow, someone you have longed for, wept over, and ultimately entrusted to fate will be returning. This is no mere chance encounter, rather, it is the result of forces beyond human control that have been at work. The cosmos has been meticulously adjusting your timeline, subtly altering energies, eliminating barriers, and guiding you through the trials of delay and heartache, all to prepare you for the moment he approaches you tomorrow. You will come to realize why the previous chapters of your life led you nowhere, and why everything feels like it has been orchestrated for this pivotal reunion. Even now, as you stand here, you may feel a stirring in the air, a delicate quiver akin to destiny knocking at the door of a passage you were unaware had been left ajar all along. Tomorrow, that door will swing open, whether you are ready or not, for he is already nearing your reality. There is a reason your intuition has been restless of late, why your heart races differently in the quiet of the night, and why an inner voice assures you that something monumental approaches, a force capable of transforming the very trajectory of your life. When he appears, his eyes will speak volumes, conveying unexpressed truths. However, before you dismiss this as mere nostalgia, recognize that tomorrow is not merely a simple reunion, it represents the unveiling of a truth he has held in silence for months, a truth so burdensome that it dictated the manner of his departure and his covert observations of you. He wrestled with coming back, only to halt at the last moment, knowing that once he confronted you again, everything would be irrevocably altered. This time, he approaches you without hesitation, confusion, or uncertainty. He comes with a determination fueled by insights he has recently uncovered, insights that challenged everything he once thought about you while awakening emotions he never knew he had the capacity to harbor. He has come to realize something about you that has fundamentally changed him, compelling him to reconsider his past decisions and acknowledge that parting ways with you was his gravest error. Tomorrow, he will reveal precisely what that realization entails. You may not yet comprehend how diligently he has been preparing, rehearsing his words, grappling with fears that once overwhelmed him. Yet, tomorrow he will step through that trepidation, understanding now that fate does not wait for those who hesitate. What amplifies the significance of tomorrow is not merely his return, but the profound force propelling him toward you, a clear sign, a message, a moment that struck him with the intensity of a lightning bolt, demonstrating that regardless of how far he ran or how deeply he buried his feelings, something unwavering continued to draw him back to you. He endeavored to convince himself that time would dull the memories of your presence, but it only magnified everything. He attempted to smother the sound of your voice inside his mind, yet it echoed more forcefully the more he resisted. He tried to erase the trust and gentleness in the way you looked at him and the unspoken hope that radiated from you, but every other face he encountered reminded him of the one he had abandoned. A pivotal event compelled him to confront his own truth, something he could no longer evade. In that moment, he realized he didn't just miss you, he needed to stand in your presence again because his future depended on that reunion. And tomorrow, when he stands before you, you will feel the intensity he has fought so hard to suppress, the weight of a connection that refuses to fade and the spark that was never meant to diminish. But understand this, tomorrow heralds not only clarity but confession. You will finally learn the reasons behind his distance, the truth he was terrified to unveil, the fears that shackled him and clouded his vision. His silence was not a sign of indifference, it was born of panic. He did not vanish because you were unimportant, rather, he left because you mattered profoundly, and he feared that closeness could lead to ruin. Outside influences clouded his judgment, past wounds instilled hesitance, yet every time he attempted to accept a life without you, fate itself intervened. Signs pursued him, dreams haunted him, and events broke him down, leading him to one unstoppable conclusion: he could not escape what was destined for him. He could not replace you, nor could he rewrite the narrative of fate. Tomorrow, destiny will claim its due. He arrives with the truths he once concealed, armed with the courage he previously lacked and the love he once feared. When you hear him, your heart will undergo a profound transformation. The world around you will shift in subtle ways. It will feel as though the air itself changes and time slows, as if reality pauses just long enough for the universe to declare, "This is the moment." There is no need to chase, to question, or to wonder. He is coming to you. His presence will resonate with a gravitas you have not felt in a myriad of days, a seriousness that conveys his intent not to toy with your emotions or repeat past mistakes. He comes to redefine everything. When he stands before you, silence will prevail, a silence laden with meaning that transcends words. In that stillness, you will grasp the truth: his return is neither random nor late, and this meeting is essential. Tomorrow, something monumental unfolds, an event that will challenge, awaken, and transform you, ushering in a chapter that fate has been crafting for much longer than you realize. Tomorrow, he arrives, and a new reality will take shape. The evening prior to his arrival resonates with an unusual energy, a silent tempest brewing beneath the veneer of your reality, as if every unseen force is conspiring to ensure you do not evade the moment that has been etched into your destiny since the inception of your journeys. You may feel unsettled, an ache in your chest that is impossible to dismiss, as though something is summoning you from a realm beyond mere logic. This sensation is not a figment of your imagination, it is the tightening grip of fate. My cherished child, tomorrow represents more than a mere encounter, it is a convergence of paths. A moment when all that has been concealed will be revealed, and all that has been fractured will begin to mend. He arrives bearing memories he never articulated, feelings he could not confront, and a truth so weighty he can no longer harbor it without risking his very being. He sought to suppress it for far too long, but now the universe is propelling him toward you with an irresistible force. A pivotal experience shattered his complacency recently, igniting a realization about the fragility of life and the ease with which you can lose someone you love if you do not actively fight for them. That unexpected, piercing moment kindled a relentless flame within him that he could not extinguish, prompting an urgent and undeniable remembrance of you. He can no longer divert his attention, cannot shield himself from the truth, nor stifle the incessant voice within him repeating your name. Tomorrow, he comes not merely to speak but to finally confront what he has been fleeing, an earnest choice of you, made openly, without doubt, without fear, and without the shroud of excuses or anguish. His heart will surge forward ahead of his physical presence. Everything within him is poised to reveal what he has long kept hidden in the shadows. Tomorrow, he will not just casually appear at your door or cross your path. Every aspect of his arrival will feel deliberate, almost choreographed by a divine hand, as though time itself is pausing for the two of you. His eyes will bear the weight of sleepless nights, lost days, and moments of regret intertwined with his quiet attempts to reach out to you, only to falter at the last instant. Yet, when he finally sees you, all of that hesitation will shatter. The reality is, he has envisioned this moment countless times, rehearsing what he may say, where he might stand, how he might articulate the feelings he once buried beneath pride and confusion. However, none of those rehearsals will matter in the face of the genuine moment that awaits him. You are not merely a figure he missed, you embody the essence he realizes he cannot move forward without. Tomorrow, he will divulge a truth that will reshape your understanding of all that occurred between you two, a truth he never believed he could acknowledge, not due to any lack of desire, but rather from a fear of inadequacy. A fear that he would disappoint you. A fear of losing the only person who ever truly perceived him. His silence should not be perceived as rejection, rather, it stems from a profound fear of disappointing you. His apparent distance is not an expression of coldness but rather a tumultuous internal struggle he has chosen to keep hidden. Tomorrow, he will confront this truth with trembling hands and a courageous heart, prepared to face whatever challenges lie ahead, for the thought of losing you once more is a risk he is unwilling to take. He has undergone growth in ways you may have never noticed, healed wounds you were unaware he harbored, and awakened to the profound understanding that your bond was never fleeting, accidental, or ordinary. Stay by my side, for tomorrow marks the moment when everything transforms, a new chapter ardently safeguarded by destiny. The return of someone who once departed but could never dismiss the connection you shared ushers in a truth potent enough to rewrite your life's narrative. Upon his arrival, the atmosphere will change dramatically. Time itself will seem to decelerate, and within the silence that envelopes you both, something ancient and cosmic will awaken. His presence signifies your life's transition into a new frequency, a higher alignment with a path rich in meaning that you are finally poised to embrace. He approaches with unwavering truth, a defined purpose, and a heart that has finally grasped who it beats for. You will feel the world shift as he arrives. The hours leading to tomorrow carry a palpable tension, an anticipation that hangs almost visibly in the air, as if the universe itself is preparing for a significant impact, readying you for a chapter long awaited since your destinies intertwined. Throughout the day, you will encounter signs, subtle shifts, unexpected thoughts, sudden memories, and emotional waves that arise unexpectedly. It will be as if an invisible force is whispering that this day is far from ordinary but is, in fact, the pivotal turning point before everything shifts. My dear, his energy is already drifting toward you, brushing against your aura like a warm current in a chilly room, awakening dormant parts within you. Deep down, you will sense a rush, a pull, an unexplainable certainty that tomorrow is a threshold, and once you cross it, life will be irrevocably altered. This sensation is not fear but destiny preparing your heart for the forthcoming impact. What he carries within him is not simply affection or regret, it is a tempest he has battled alone for months, a storm of truth, longing, guilt, awareness, and a love he only comprehended after nearly losing all connection to it. Recently, something within him shattered, not in a way that broke him, but in a manner that compelled growth, confrontations with avoided wounds, and admissions of truths he hid even from himself. He began to realize just how profoundly your absence affected him, how every attempt to move forward without you felt empty, and how each step he took away from you ultimately led back to the same memory, the look in your eyes the last time you met. That glance became the compass of his soul, guiding him even as he sought to walk in the opposite direction. Tomorrow, he returns not merely to re-enter your life but to kneel before the truth he once fled from. He has discovered something significant, a revelation that shattered the remnants of his resistance and led him to a place of absolute certainty about you. He overheard, witnessed, or was told something that struck him like a silent bolt of lightning, revealing how perilous his previous pretense of indifference was. It was a realization that ignited his awareness and forced him to confront everything he had chosen to ignore. He recognized your irreplaceability, the rarity of your connection, and the impossibility of denying the pull any longer. He saw something within you that filled his heart with both fear and reverence, compelling him to face the truth he had evaded, that you were never merely a passing fancy. You represented the one constant in his life that brought clarity and peace, the one soul with whom he felt safe, even when he could not articulate why. When he stands before you tomorrow, he will initially carry a heavy, trembling silence, laden with all he wished he had articulated sooner, all he wished he could amend, and all he hoped to rewrite. That silence will speak volumes, louder than any apology, any confession, any declaration of love. Within that silence resides the raw truth he has endeavored to bury for far too long. He understands he must confront you with sincerity this time, recognizing that there is no space for half-truths, no room for hesitation or evasion. He will look at you with a seriousness and depth you have never witnessed in him before, a burning intensity that signifies he is not here to depart again. His intentions are clear, his clarity impeccable, and he carries the weight of a man who has finally comprehended the cost of his previous silence. When he finally speaks, his voice may tremble, not out of uncertainty, but from the overwhelming significance of this moment. He will divulge things he never found the courage to admit, confess thoughts he had sequestered away, reveal fears he feared would distance you, and unveil truths he once deemed too burdensome to share. But tomorrow, he opts for vulnerability over pride, truth over trepidation, and destiny over avoidance. Stay by my side, for when he stands before you, every aspect of your life will come to a thoughtful pause, every lingering question will find clarity, and every doubt will dissolve into understanding. His return is more than just a reappearance, it signifies the commencement of a transformative journey for both of you, a shift the universe has long awaited. When he meets your gaze, the world will realign to illuminate every heartbreak, every delay, every silent night, bringing sense to all that has transpired. The hours leading to his arrival will feel surreal, as if time itself is bending, stretching, and intensifying under an invisible influence designed to make you fully aware of every passing second on the road to tomorrow. Even the air will carry a weighty anticipation, as if something sacred is poised to enter your life, and nothing can disrupt its course. My dear child, destiny stands closer to you now than ever before, observing, preparing, and shaping the ground beneath you for the moment that will transform your understanding of timing, fate, love, and the silent bonds that withstand every test. You might experience flashes of memory, sudden spikes of emotion, or moments when your intuition becomes markedly pronounced. These feelings are not coincidental, they signify the universe aligning you with the forthcoming shift. Tomorrow transcends mere calendar notation. It embodies the moment your narrative shifts into a chapter that will redefine your comprehension of who He is and who you are destined to be. As you await His arrival, understand that He is not merely preparing Himself physically. His soul wrestles with recollections of your shared past, revisiting moments He believed forgotten, feeling emotions He previously suppressed, and confronting fears He can no longer evade. He recognizes the pull of destiny as vividly as you do, perhaps even more acutely, as He is aware He was the one who walked away and delayed confronting what His heart always recognized as right. The burden He carries tonight is unlike any He has previously endured. He is facing old wounds, past mistakes, ignored lessons, and neglected truths. Yet, amid his fear and uncertainty, He continues to step boldly toward you. Tomorrow, He will not arrive as the same man you once knew. He will be transformed, shaped by regret, fortified by newfound understanding, awakened by clarity, and humbled by the undeniable truth that He can no longer flee from you. He carries a revelation into tomorrow, one He has never fully articulated, not even to Himself, for acknowledging it felt too vulnerable, too exposing, too real. However, after all He has experienced recently, swamped with signs, dreams, emotional upheavals, and the haunting notion of potentially losing you forever, He understands that suppressing this truth any longer would unravel him. This revelation is the force propelling destiny to redirect him toward your path instead of allowing him to drift further away. It accounts for the mornings when he awoke with his heart racing, grappling with realizations about you that left him breathless. It elucidates his struggles to forget you, only to remember you more intensely with every passing day. When he stands before you tomorrow, his eyes will convey this truth long before his words do. It will arrive like a tidal wave, heavy, overwhelming, and undeniable. In that moment, everything will coalesce within your heart. You will finally comprehend why your connection never waned, why time could not sever the bond, and why tomorrow's encounter had to unfold at this precise moment. It will not commence with grand declarations or theatrical gestures. The encounter will commence with an enveloping silence, drawing you in like a powerful current. This silence exists between two souls destined to reunite. His demeanor will present a stark contrast, solid, intense, and almost vibrating with the weight of his unspoken thoughts. He will initiate the conversation gradually, deliberately choosing each word, as if fearful that a single misstep could disrupt the moment's delicate balance. Beneath his reserved exterior, however, lies an intensity, a flame that has been quietly igniting within him, intensifying each time he attempted to suppress it. When he finally speaks, you will perceive a newfound earnestness in his voice, one that has been absent until now. You will hear a man who has grappled with his own inner demons and emerged with newfound bravery. You will witness someone prepared to unveil aspects of his heart that he previously guarded closely, ready to share parts of himself he once deemed too vulnerable for others. Tomorrow, he will articulate the truths that destiny has awaited. Remain present, for the transformation that follows this moment will be profound. It will be the junction where his honesty intersects with your inner fortitude, where your stillness meets his openness, where your past aligns with his realizations, and where the future begins to reshape itself in real time. You will not experience confusion, abandonment, or a sense of being lost. Rather, you will feel a profound certainty anchoring you, affirming that this moment was never intended to be evaded. The universe has safeguarded it, postponed it, refined it, reinforced it, and now, it is poised to unfold. And when he stands before you, the world will feel transformed, smoother, heavier, more in harmony, as if everything that previously disintegrated was merely rearranging itself for this specific occurrence. Tomorrow, he approaches not merely bearing words but with a heart ready to embrace its truth. The day he arrives will commence with an extraordinary stillness, an ethereal calm that suggests the universe is creating space for something monumental, something that has lingered behind the scenes for far too long. Even the light will appear different, gentler yet sharper, illuminating everything surrounding you with a muted urgency, as though the universe is subtly reminding you that today is anything but ordinary. My dearest child, you will awaken with a sensation in your chest indicating that something significant is approaching, a pull, a pressure, a profound knowing. It will not manifest as anxiety but rather as alignment, signaling that today, destiny finally transitions from silence into reality. His energy will reach you before his physical presence, brushing against your spirit like a familiar warmth, announcing his imminent arrival in a manner only your soul can comprehend. As the hours draw nearer to your paths crossing once more, the world around you will conspire to position you perfectly, ensuring nothing disrupts the meeting that fate has been safeguarding for months. He too will feel this shift from the moment he awakens. He will rise with a heaviness in his heart, not from fear, but from the burden of truth he can no longer contain. Each breath will carry your name, every thought will inch him closer, every memory will resonate louder. He will revisit moments he once relegated to the background, conversations left unfinished, emotions unrecognized at the time. On this day, he will not silence them, instead, he will allow them to guide him. His mind will wander to the tenderness of your voice, the sincerity of your heart, and the way you once gazed at him with a trust he felt unprepared to carry. As he readies himself to approach you, he will experience a clarity more piercing than he has ever known, a realization that he has been evading this moment out of fear, yet understanding that he has desperately needed it more than he ever confessed. Today, he comes neither uncertain nor confused. Today, he approaches with the profound realization of what you mean to him. The truth he brings forth was unearthed during a moment of deep pain, when he finally saw himself clearly. He recognized how his silence impacted you, how his absence left wounds, and how his hesitance fostered a distance undeserved by either of you. It was not pride that kept him away, it was fear of failure, fear of inadequacy, and fear of losing the only genuine connection he has ever known. Yet, Life does not allow for eternal evasion of truth, and the universe persistently nudged him, unveiling signs, sending reminders, and dismantling his illusions one by one until he could run no further, except toward you. An inner part of him fractured, resulting in a reconstruction that made him stronger, wiser, and more open. Today, he arrives ready to articulate the words once buried, the emotions previously suppressed, and the truth he believed would frighten you away. He no longer fears the truth; instead, he fears missing the opportunity to share it with you. Upon finally reaching you, there will be a pregnant pause, a heavy silence imbued with every moment spent apart. His gaze will search yours, not to test, but to discover courage within the unwavering connection that remains. You will see emotions swirling within him, regret, yearning, tenderness, and an unspoken promise he can no longer keep hidden. Initially, his voice may quaver, not from doubt in his feelings, but due to the unparalleled significance of the moment. He will express sentiments he never dared disclose, revealing thoughts he silenced for far too long, and exposing his heart in a manner that feels raw, vulnerable, and authentic. He will elucidate why he distanced himself, what held him back, the fears that stifled him, and the realizations that jolted him awake. Each word will resonate like a door swinging open, an unburdening of everything that has weighed heavily on his soul. Remain with me, for today signifies the inception of a shift that neither of you can reverse. His confession will not merely illuminate the truth, it will transform the entire essence of your surroundings, redirecting the course of your future and dispelling the shadows that once lay between you. You will sense destiny tightening its hold, guiding both of you into a narrative no longer adrift in uncertainty, but one pulsating with purpose. When he gazes at you after sharing his truth, an ancient fire will ignite within you, a realization that this moment is precisely where your timelines were always destined to converge. Today is not solely about his return. It represents the rewriting of two lives perpetually meant to reunite, stronger, clearer, and finally prepared for the journey ahead.